Hello ladies and gentlemen, Top Hat Gaming Man here. A few weeks back on this channel we looked at the history of the Sega Master System and why the platform failed to take off in North America. Whilst the Master System was unsuccessful in capturing a large market share for Sega in the region, a few years later the Sega Genesis would triumph where the Master System had failed, making Sega a household name in the region to this very day. This newfound success in the 16-bit market, along with the benefits of having a greater name value, would lead to Sega releasing the Sega Master System 2, a cheaper 8-bit alternative to the Genesis that would allow consumers to enjoy Sega goodness at a reduced cost. Whilst pretty much all retro gamers are familiar with both the Sega Master System and the Sega Master System 2, far less people are familiar with the Sega Master System 3. So, in today's video, we are going to look at the confusing history of this mysterious Sega system, its overall significance and why it exists. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of the Sega Master System 3. Yeah! The family tree of Sega systems is a very complex one. Let us just take the 16-bit Sega Mega Drive for example. It has variants such as the Mega Drive 2, Genesis 3, Nomad and sub-variants of Mega Jets. There are also system add-ons such as the Mega CD, Mega CD 2 and 32X, and even systems that include the add-on built in, such as the Wonder Mega range and Multi-Mega. To top all of this off, there are also home computers with Mega Drive capabilities, such as the Terra Drive and Mega PC. Then we have the cornucopia of modern Mega Drive plug and plays and mini systems as well. The 8-bit range of Sega hardware is arguably even more contrived than that of the 16-bit hardware. As mentioned on the channel before, it all started in Japan with the SG-1000 in 1983, a ColecoVision leveled system that was thrown together shoddily to be released on the same day as the Famicom. This flopped, so an SG-1000 Mark II was released, which was not much more than a new casing design for the previous system, which eventually led to the Mark III, which was a more powerful system that would see a release in the West as of course the Sega Master System. Back in Japan, to make matters a bit confusing, the Mark III would once again be recased and sold in its homeland as the Sega Master System as well, meaning that in Japan you had the Sega Master System and SG-1000 Mark III, even though they were both the same device. So by the time the Sega Master System 2 was released around the world, which we discussed at the beginning of this video, it was technically, in fact really Sega's 5th revision of their 8-bit console, rather than their 2nd, or even 6th if you include the Sega SC3000 microcomputer. Whilst this family tree of 8-bit systems is not too complicated, so far as you will see from this video, things got a little bit more complicated going forward. As explained on this channel in previous videos, the Master System may have failed in North America and Japan, but the system was a popular platform in Australia, Europe and South America. Out of all of these regions, market forces led to the system selling outrageously well in Brazil in particular, which is where this story of the Master System 3 will be taking us. Before we get to the Master System 3 though, we need to take a step back once again, as in Brazil, the Master System 1 and 2 in the country were both just the first Master System units we received in Europe. The Master System 2 in Brazil was just a classic Master System, paired with a light gun and 3D glasses. This packaging also came with Alex Kidd built into the system, much like some of the Master System 2s elsewhere. I guess in turn making this an odd interesting variant of the device. These systems were manufactured and sold by Tectoy, the Brazilian electronic company who had a licensing agreement with Sega. This was beneficial for both companies as it would mean to customers of the products that they would not have to pay the outrageous import taxes on consoles that the Brazilian government expected consumers to pay on foreign electronics. A system known as the Sega Master System 3 Compact would be released and sold by Tectoy in 1992. As you can see, this system is essentially the Master System 2 we received in many other places around the world. the only difference being the name atop the system and the Tectoy logo being prominently displayed on the controller. The story of the Master System 3 does not simply end here though. Variants of this system variant would continue to be sold throughout the entirety of the 90s, coming with different built-in games and peripherals such as the light phaser gun. The original version of this system came with Alex Kidd, but others came with Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Football 2, Global Gladiators, Bart vs the World, and one version of the Master System 3 Compact even came with Sonic built in, along with 20 other small titles produced by Tectoy themselves, collectively known as 20M1. Moving forward, Tectoy would release a device known as the Master System Super Compact. This outrageously quirky device, as you can see, in some ways was Tectoy's answer to the Sega Mega Jet. These systems were smaller and more compact than all previous versions of the Master System, and differ in that they can be powered via batteries as opposed to regular AC power supplies. The most surprising feature of these devices though were that they featured built-in telecom packs, which allowed the broadcast of AV signals to nearby TVs that were tuned to channel 3 or 4, thus making this system completely wire-free. Pretty novel, eh? As impressive as this feature sounds though, apparently the wireless feature is extremely susceptible to interference. So apparently if you have one, you are best connecting it to a TV via an RCA cable anyway. Further to this, if you think the Master System Super Compact is odd, the device has an even stranger variant known as the Master System Girl, which in all technicalities is exactly the same console, only this time it comes in pink, making the platform friendly for all the female consumers out there. I now know what I'm getting my wife for her next birthday present. Yeah. Next in the Master System 3 story, Brazil would get a range of devices known as the Master System 3 Collections. These consoles traded in the black away for a Super Nintendo grey, and featured different colour lids depending on which year you procured a system. From what I can tell, the life cycle of the Master System 3 collections were marketed in the 2000s. These systems ditched the 2-button Sega Master System controller for a 6-button Sega Mega Drive controller for some reason. These models of the system would come with outrageously large selections of game built in, offering as high an amount as 131 different titles. Most of these games were officially licensed Sega titles as well. However, it is of note that Sonic Drift 2 for the Game Gear is also playable, and the rest of the games are simply mobile games released by Tectoy. At the time the Master System 3 collection was on the market, Tectoy also released another device in 2004 known as the Master System Handy. This piece of hardware is literally a plug-and-play controller featuring a console on a chip inside it. This device boasts 27 built-in games. However, be warned, only 7 of those titles are proper Sega games. The other 20 are just mini-games featured within the 20M1 cart. Sneaky sneaky! Moving into 2008 marked the end of the Master System 3 collection range, and the birth of a system simply titled the Master System 3, the very subject of this video. See, I told you this story is confusing, and this video is not even over yet. The Master System 3 features a radically changed design, ditching the traditional Master System 2 shape for a brand new design altogether. The system that features no cartridge slot reportedly features the same system menu and game list as the final variant of the Master System 3 collection console that featured 131 games. The 6-button Mega Drive pad featuring redundant buttons also makes a pointless return. The next chapter of Master System history would take place in 2009. With the release of a console known as the Master System Evolution. Hilariously, not much evolution took place at all here, and the console was nearly the same as the Master System 3. The only changes I can tell is that Altered Beast was added to the game lineup, and the Sonic design atop the device was changed. Finally, in 2011, a Chris Chan blue variant of the Master System Evolution was released, once again featuring a different Sonic design. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings the story of the Sega Master System 3 finally completely to a close. The success of the system in Brazil makes the Sega Master System the longest reigning system to be in constant circulation in gaming history. The platform that first saw a release in Japan in 1985 can still be procured in its most current form directly from Tectoy's website. I guess technically meaning that the Master System must still be a current generation system, with a lifespan thus far of 34 years and counting. Anyway, ladies and gents, that was the confusing history of the Sega Master System 3, or at least of it what I could piece together online. If you know of any officially licensed Tectoy Master Systems I left out, then please let me know in the comments section. I am always eager to learn, as I bloody love the global history of gaming. If you enjoyed today's video, then please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe for regular obscure gaming history every week. Which element of gaming would you like me to cover on here next? Finally, my channel Top Hat Gaming Man is funded by the fantastic support I receive from the amazing Patreon benefactors who continuously go above and beyond to preserve this channel's life. So shout outs to Carl Johnson, Shizuka Kobayashi, JD Robbins, Greg Hooper, Seabass the Great, Since Spacies, Andrew Bazansky, Edward O'Reilly, Tom Elliott, Quang DX, Spudge McBee, Michael Baker, Hans Christian, Computer Man and all of my other patrons. Thank you all so much.